Alright, Shalom. It's the brother Kalaya coming at you with a quick in transit video. Alright, prior to getting started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Alright, Shalom. And this is a particular video that's kind of going into which we all are seeking the kingdom of heaven, right? And I'm talking about all of Israel, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Your spirit is looking forward to the blessings, right, and the benefits of being an Israelite within the kingdom of heaven, man. Right, and if you don't know what that means, right, according to biblical prophecy, right, immortality, right, first and foremost, okay, which when you go into what immortality truly is, it's just being without sin, man. Right, sin brings death, okay, and we die because we sin. That's simple mathematics, man. 1 + 1 = 2 sort of deal, right? But other benefits, full dominion, right, over the earth, over the elements, over the creatures of the earth, right, plants, animals, the whole nine. Okay, and sometimes, and I wouldn't even say sometimes, but 2/3 of the nation of Israel get wrapped up in vainglory on this side, man, in seeking that. Because I would say maybe about 15%, not even 15, but 5% of the 2/3 actually receive that vainglory. Right? But the rest are actively chasing it because they see, how could I say, they're given the false hope that that's achievable. Alright? But being in the truth and understanding, all right, the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you start to realize early on that is never gonna be achievable. All right, the glory in itself, because the glory on this side is really enveloped in wickedness and chaos, debauchery, and ultimately being a sellout. Okay, so we understand that achieving glory on this side is unattainable. So I have a couple scriptures kind of going into that, but nevertheless, I just kind of wanted to get this on wax, man, because sometimes we need a reminder ourselves, right? It ain't not too harsh of a reminder, but just to remind ourselves that which we seek is coming. Okay, so the first precept I want to grab is my favorite is Romans, the 8th chapter, and about the 20th verse. Okay, the 18th verse, Salakia, and it reads, it says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." All right, so the things that, and man, you got to remember that this was written, okay, thousands of years ago. You see, hundreds of years ago. So that still applies to this day, and Jake can take that and use this same understanding. All right, Jake see Esau pretty much going throughout his daily life with the plush things of this lifetime, right? The cars, the money, the food that this devil eats, which, and I say that very lightly because a lot of shit that they deal with is off, but if you're in the know, you know what I'm talking about. The grass-fed beef, all right, the Wagyu, the wild-caught Alaskan salmon, all right, the tuna. Those are the things I'm talking about. But nevertheless, Jake get wrapped up in that facade and end up, just being another contestant in a rat race, man. But it reads, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. Okay, so, and that's ultimately the purpose of this thing, okay, to manifest the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, through Yahushai, all right, through the belief and the faith in Yahushai, okay. That's what it's narrowed down to. The elect, all right, they're gonna be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, man. Starting with the 144,000 men from each tribe, all right. But I'm gonna go to verse 20. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected him, the same in hope." All right, and what you have to unpack from that is that the Lord ultimately put us in this lower state, not only for punishment, but for His purpose in general. You see, there's a finished product in which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai seeks to get from us, all right, from the elect, man. Lord willing, myself and whomever is listening is a part of the elect, all right, but there is a finished product in which the Lord intends to receive from the elect by way of what? Chastisement, all right, self-evaluation, okay, and things of that nature. Ultimately reducing yourself and increasing within Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright. Real quick, let me grab this. Triumph of the wicked. Yep, Job 20:5. And it reads, it says 20:4. I'll read that. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? All right, so this is basically an ancient rule of thumb, right? This is something that Jake can see that has happened since the beginning of time, man. It says, verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. You see? Shit, the book of second Maccabees, the 6th chapter goes into, how it is a good token in which Yahweh doesn't allow the wicked to rule for a long time. Okay? The wicked ruling on the face of the planet Earth was simply just a part of the Lord's plan. It wasn't the final product of the plan. Okay? The kingdom of heaven, right? Which in turn is Yahweh's kingdom, the kingdom of Israel, man. Alright? That's the finished product. That is what the Lord intended from the very beginning, all right? To give rule and dominion unto Yashar Allah, man. Okay? He Prince Power, that's what it goes into, right? The word Israel in a Lashuan Kodash, which is the Hebrew tongue, man. Okay? That is the ultimate plan. That's the finale of this whole fiasco, right? This thing we call life. To give Yashar Allah the kingdom, all right? But nevertheless, I'm gonna read it again. Verse 5, it says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So these devils, all right, ultimately these devils, Esau Edom, starting off with Esau Edom, but following behind with the heathen, all right, their rule is only but for a moment, right? What's the amount of years collective in which these heathen have been ruling, right, from the Babylonian Empire all the way to now, that is nothing but a drop. That's nothing but a drop compared to the time in which Israel will be ruling under the reign of Yahushua, okay, in 144,000 in eternity, okay? That's a small thing to eternity. You see? So going back into that Romans, the 8th chapter, we must understand that our glory was never going to be glory here anyway. You see? Nothing that you did in the world, nothing that you wanted to do, nothing that you could accomplish in this lifetime will be comparable unto what the Lord have in store for us in the kingdom of heaven, which will be on earth, man. Alright? You know, so that's something that Jake shouldn't even put in their fucking minds, to be chasing vainglory. Alright, because ultimately it'll make you err off, and you know, you can lose your fucking spot, man, as being a first fruit. You see? But let me see real quick. Man, this is a fucking freak show in New Orleans, man. It is a freak show in New Orleans. Jeez Louise. Slogging. Let me search this up real quick. Just came to my mind. This will probably be the last precept that I bring out pertaining to this matter. Bear with me. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, and I just want to grab this because, man, even the streets that I'm riding down, you know, Jake seek to have the, you know, 2-story house, the white picket fence, which really is, it was a part of this devil's plan to make you chase after those things, right? The so-called American dream, which really has become the American Horror Story, man. You know, but this is Revelations 21 and 3, and I'm bringing this out because this also goes into that glory. Right? When you see Jake with a little bit of money, his glory is within the things in which he's used his money, whether it was gotten by deceit or hard-earned. His glory is only but for a short moment if he get it in the first place. But nevertheless, he'll never keep it. First and foremost, man, it's going to be destroyed, all right, by way of what? ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. You see? Everything will be burned up here in America, all right, which is code name in the scriptures Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Great Babylon. You know, so it don't matter if you get it or not. On this side, it's going to be destroyed. So what glory is it in the first place? You see, it's not glory at all. It's just a facade. It's a gimmick. It's fake. It's fairy tale. All right. Revelations 21 and 3, and it says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them, and be their power." All right, and ultimately, that's what we should be glorying in. All right, that's what the elect are glorying in on this side, understanding that, all right, the Lord has given us back, okay, the truth. All right, that He's given us the truth, man, to know who Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is. All right. That's glorious. That's what you should glory in. not in the things bought by material or monetary gain. All right, let me finish up because I'm approaching my destination. All right, but verse 4, it says, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, no more sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be. Lady, are you going to turn because you're blocking the turning lane? I swear, at some age, they should revoke driver's license. You know how to fucking make a turn, a U-turn? Shalaki. Yeah, it says that neither will there be death nor sorrow, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are all passed away. All right, and ultimately that's what we are seeking for. That's what we're waiting for. That's what that's why we're patiently hastening the return of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, to end the pain, to end the struggle. All right, we're struggling now, but the Lord has promised us glory within the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the fall of Babylon the Great is synonymous with the uprising of Israel. All right, the glory which shall be revealed in Israel, man. All right, as a nation to the face of the planet Earth. All right, and I did a video with the beloved brother Bayan, and it was going into how that gold had become dim. All right, when gold, the glory of gold is the shining, right, in the how can I say, the value of it. All right, that's what's glorious. Okay, the value of gold. That's what makes gold gold. So in turn, that's what makes Israel Israel. The glory in it. And the Lord's gonna return that unto us, man. Very soon. But all we gotta do is keep holding on, you know. But that was pretty much the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying first and foremost to the hopefully elect, and then those that cling unto the body. Before I leave out of here, I want to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Shalom and above above.